affordable land in Arizona. Today I'm going to share with you 10 acres that you can purchase for under $15K, and that does come with owner financing. All right, so where are we? Now this property is in Apache County, which is, if we zoom out, in eastern Arizona, close to the border with New Mexico, kind of right in the center portion of the state. So to the west, we have Flagstaff and Sedona, and to the east, we have Albuquerque, kind of halfway in between those two cities. And the closest town here is Sanders up to the north. And then we have a few small towns to the south as well. So you can tell this is a rural area. So this property is for someone who's looking for a recreational lot, an investment property, or something that's way out of the way. You have peace and quiet, no neighbors, rural off-grid kind of situation. So yes, this is a rural lot, but the big draw in this area is the Petrified Forest. So Petrified Forest National Park is just to the east of the property. And for anyone who's not familiar with that, it is a forest, it's a fossilized forest. So wood has turned to stone over millions of years, remnant from the past when this area was a lot greener. But you can see images on the website of the very pretty petrified wood. Actually, it's better to just look here. So you can see what it looks like. Fossilized wood, pretty interesting. This area is part of the Painted Desert. So that's as a desert known for its beautiful, here we get an image of it, beautiful colors, reds, purples, call it the Painted Desert. So you can see here, beautiful part of the country. So anyone who loves the desert, this is a very interesting slice of Southwest US. All right, so that's where the property is located. Now, what does it look like? So let me go back to the drone footage here. So let's start with some footage on the ground of the property. So you get what it looks like if you were to go visit the property. Wide open space, as you can see here. Neighbors, not many neighbors. We are in desert land. Oh, hi, Alice. Let me give you, where is it? One moment. Okay, so thank you for joining. Any water or other utilities available? Okay, so let me go to our listing page for a second because I know that is a big question. So as I was saying just a few minutes ago, this really is an off-grid lot. So it's a rural property. It's for someone who is okay providing all their own utilities. So we do assume that for electricity, you would want solar, a well would need to be installed, and septic for sewer. And in a little bit, I can pull this up in our online due diligence software to see if we can look for wells in the area, just as a sort of check to see how feasible a well might be. But I'm happy to answer any other questions while you're here. Oh, and I should mention, I'm going to try and cover all the information you need to know about the property in 15 minutes. So don't want to take up too much of your time. All right. So again, this property, you have a lot of land. It's 10 acres, so it is a pretty big parcel. And you do get wide open spaces here. It is accessed via dirt road, as you can see in the drone footage here. The road is in pretty good condition based on what we know. We did have a photographer go out there. They didn't have any problems accessing the lot. So you get a sense of the views here. And you can see more images on our listing page. But if we look at it in the satellite images, so here's the dirt road you would use to access it. And there is actually a ranch up here to the north. So that's another use I forgot to mention. So a lot of people buy these lots for investment or recreation, some hardy souls for off-grid living. But this is also in an agriculture agricultural area, so people will buy these lots for grazing and ranching as well. And there's a ranch up here. Okay, so that gets us, speaking of allowable uses, let's quickly look at what you can do on this property. I covered a number of them, but I'll go into a little more detail now, because I know that's one of the big questions people want to know when they're buying land. So this lot is zoned agricultural general. This is a very flexible zoning designation. It's not in an HOA either. So that's a nice thing about buying these rural properties, is you tend to get a lot more flexibility when you're this far out from a city. So very flexible zoning designation. Here's the zoning ordinance, but it does allow basically all general agricultural uses. You can see here all of those, as well as crops, if that's something of interest to you. They do allow some commercial uses as well. Not sure if that's a main draw in this particular area, but that's worth noting. It's kind of rare to have a lot where you can use it for both residential and commercial purposes. You can, of course, also put animals on, so they allow horses, cattle, goat dairies, poultry, egg farms, all of that, because again, this is an agricultural area. And you can have guest ranches as well. So yeah, if you wanted sort of like to do a kind of Airbnb rural ranch style experience, that's allowable. Another big thing in this zoning designation that makes it very flexible is they do allow single family homes, of course, but they also allow modular and mobile homes. And zoning districts that allow mobile homes are becoming more and more rare. So that's a nice benefit in this particular area. And there are, of course, other uses here as well. You can always call the county to go over what you're looking to do with the property and get a little more information about what is and isn't allowed, and what kind of permits you would need to pull if you wanted to use the property in the way that you would like. Another big thing I want to call out is, I said this area is pretty flexible, and that includes camping as a flexible use that you can, that is permitted on this property. And according to our research, RV camping is allowed for 30 days each quarter. So that would be 120 days a year. I, again, confirm this with the county, but according to our research as well, you can even live in an RV on this property as long as you install a septic system. So this is a really big perk of an area like this, is they are very flexible both with mobile homes and RVs. So a lot of people like this. That's why this is a good lot, again, for recreational purposes. If someone wants an area where they can do some real camping, like out in the desert, away from neighbors, and get the true sort of desert outdoor experience. Right. The other thing I'll note, another big advantage of these rural properties is annual taxes are very low. So here it's only $29. So that does mean not only is the upfront price pretty affordable, but it is very affordable to hold this for a long time as an investment or recreational property. So that's worth noting as well. So a few other things I want to call out on our main listing page, which you can access, by the way, by going to land.gocap.com. You see it down at the bottom of the screen. You'll find all of our properties there. But on the listing page, you will find a link to the approximate GPS boundary point coordinates. We actually give you all of the approximate boundary point coordinates. These are approximate. They don't replace a survey, but they would give you a very good sense of where the parcel boundaries are. And you can pull up the approximate center point coordinates in Google Maps. So if you did want to purchase the property, you could get directions here using these GPS coordinates. And in a similar vein, if you did want to visit the property, please feel free to go at any time. You don't need to make an appointment with us, although you can always call us if you have any questions beforehand, or if you just want to give us a heads up. And if you did want to call us to go over this property, I will show you where to go to book a call, but there is a contact button at the top of the listing page. Right. So how do you find our listing page? I should take a step back. You can find all of our properties again at land.gocap.com. On our website, you'll find a map, so you can just zoom in on the map to the red pin associated with this property to get a link to the listing page, or you can search Apache County in the search bar here to pull up the property. It is parcel number 180 on our website. That's our internal numbering system. That is not the official parcel number, so don't expect to see that in the deed. But if you wanted to find it on our website, you would use this number. If you wanted to find the property on the county's website, or if you wanted to help a county official pull up the property while you're doing your research, you would use this number here, the APN. Right. And so, one note, who are we? Yeah, that's probably a big question for anyone who hasn't seen any of my previous videos. I have a company, Gokshay Capital. I'm actually not a real estate agent, so all of the properties that I sell are properties that my company owns, and that does mean that we can offer owner financing on all of our lots to make them even more affordable. And if you are interested in owner financing, the price for this property is $12,997 plus the $595 dock fee. So like I said, this property is under $15,000 for 10 acres. But you can also finance the lot to bring your upfront costs down far lower than that. We do reasonable monthly payments and reasonable down payments. But you're not going to see set terms on our website. Why? Because we do like to tailor our terms to meet the needs of each individual buyer. So if you're interested in owner financing, please just reach out to us and let us know what kind of down payment and monthly payment you think will work comfortably with your budget. And we will work with you to come up with terms that make this property affordable for you. There are two things I do want to be upfront about, however. The first is that the higher the down payment, the lower the interest rate we can offer. And that's because we have found that buyers are far more successful in paying off the loan and becoming property owners if they make higher down payments. So the risk is less to us and to you as the buyer, and for that reason, we can offer a lower interest rate. So keep that in mind when you're thinking about your budget and the down payment. The other thing I do want to be upfront about is that we do say there's no building on or living on the property until the end of the loan term. And this is for liability reasons, but you can use the property for recreational purposes. So if you did want to take advantage of the RV regulations and camp for a couple weekends, you're more than welcome to do that as long as you're in compliance with all local rules and regulations. We do also say that you're generally allowed to make minor improvements, things like fencing, clearing, generally anything that doesn't require a permit, again, as long as you're in compliance with all local rules and regulations. So if there's some particular uses that you would like to, or improvements, changes that you would like to make to the property during the loan term, just let us know during the call when we're discussing owner financing terms, and we'll work with you to try and make it work for you. If you are interested in building, however, I will say that we do not have a prepayment penalty. So you're able to start owner financing and then pay off the loan early when you're actually ready to start construction. And if you do this, you will save on interest, but we also actually reward people who pay off early. So if you're able to pay off the loan in the first 6 months, we'll give you 5% cash back on the purchase price. And if you're able to pay off the loan in the first 12 months, we'll give you 2.5% cash back on the purchase price. So what some people do is once they are all set up to build, they'll get a construction loan for the construction and use that to pay off the owner financing loan so you can get started building right away. Now, another question I get with owner financing, often from people who are, maybe this is their first purchase, is, what happens if I start financing the loan and then decide the property isn't the right fit for me? So we do want to make sure that you get the property that works best for you. And for that reason, we offer a 365-day land exchange guarantee. So in that first year of owner financing, if another property comes into our inventory that's really like the perfect property for you, you can exchange this property for that one. You just have to pay another dock fee, and then you can move your loan over to the new property and move forward from there and get the property that is really best for you. So that way you're covered. You have some assurance that you will be getting a property that you love. And so another thing I like to note is we've been in business for 7 years. We have helped almost 700 people now find a property that they love. And through our experience selling a lot of properties, we put together a curated set of bonuses that is designed to help you be successful with your land purchase and also just celebrate land ownership. So every purchase of land with us comes with a landowner success bundle. That is 9 bonuses that are free with your purchase. These bonuses include monthly landowner Q&A calls to help you if you ever get stuck, with thinking about a permit or a particular test you need to do or next steps with your property. We do also provide a complimentary vacation voucher, which is valid for a 3-night hotel stay in one of over 50 global locations, along with a hotel savings card. That's $500 worth of cash credits that you can use to buy down a hotel stay in a wide range of hotels throughout the US, actually over 1 million hotels and resorts worldwide. And a restaurant savings card, that's another $200 of cash credits that can be applied to a lot of major restaurant brands throughout the US. So we offer these 3 bonuses as a way to help offset the cost of visiting the property or transitioning, moving to a new location, or if you just want to take a vacation to celebrate land ownership, because land ownership is about freedom and adventure, right? Now, if you did want to build on the property, I actually have a background in architecture. So I can offer a 30-minute free architectural consultation if you want some help thinking about next steps as you're looking to build on the property. Every purchase also comes with a homesteading guide and a building and zoning guide. These are both close to 100 pages. They're guides that we did spend a good couple months putting together to make sure that you have all the basic information you might need to know when it comes to either building or homesteading. And every purchase also comes with a post-closing checklist. So all the things you might want to do as soon as you become a landowner to set you up for success. Finally, every purchase does come with our exclusive neighbor lookup tutorial. And that's because with vacant land, often your neighbors are vacant land parcels as well, so it can be hard to get in contact with the owners. And oftentimes it's a good idea to get to know your owner. Maybe you want to purchase their property and get more space. Maybe they'll even purchase your property and you can make a little bit of a profit. Otherwise, maybe you can help each other out in keeping the property secure. Or sometimes neighbors will even, if they're a rancher, lease the property for ranching. Who knows? But it's always a good idea to get to know your neighbors. So with this tool, you can find their address and send them a nice note and introduce yourself. So all of these bonuses come free with every purchase. You get them when the deed is recorded. That's up front with a cash purchase or at the end of the loan term with owner financing, and they have a value of about $5,675. Right. So again, you can find all of our properties at land.gocap.com. This property is number 182. You can find it by zooming in on the map or searching for Apache County on our website. You can also take a look at the map to see all of our other properties. We do work throughout the US. We have 106 properties available right now. And if you would like to speak with the team, have your questions answered about this property or go over owner financing terms, you can click contact at the top of the listing page and go to book your free call, or just go to book.gocap.com. That's book.gocap.com. So please reach out if you have any other questions. The last thing I want to note is if you are interested in affordable land, you might be interested in free land as well. And we are actually really giving away free property on January 1st. So that giveaway is coming up soon. It's our free land giveaway. We'll be giving away the lowest value property in our inventory for free. It'll be the winner will be selected at random live at 2 p.m. Eastern on our YouTube channel. And it is very easy to participate. All you have to do is go to our YouTube channel and watch the short 2-minute video on the free land giveaway promotion. Leave a comment on that video and subscribe to our mailing list so we can keep you updated. So check that out if you're really interested in land. Otherwise, you can book a call to discuss this property or any of our properties at book.gocap.com, and you can view all of our properties at land.gocap.com. So thank you for watching.